This is just one about that. The London Telegraph headline on this talks about how they throw the transmitters in innocent people's houses. That's the one I want, folks, not this one. And it goes on to say, ever since 911, locals in Central Asia and the Middle East have spread tales about American super technology, soldiers with X-ray glasses, satellites that can see into homes, tanks with magnetic grenade-repelling armor. But small radio frequency and GPS emitters have been commercially available for years. And it goes, a veteran spy tells Danger Room that the use of Taliban tracking devices is entirely plausible. Yeah, no, it's a London Telegraph on drones, RFID chips target wrong houses. I want that. I want to show people how they throw them in innocent people's houses. I've done a show on it, but I don't want to just make the claim. But real fast, Anti-Illuminati, you post a lot of great stuff on the Prison Planet forum about this whole control grid and how Microsoft, IBM, these are all just military-industrial complex fronts. Google obviously is. That's even come out, out of the MIT CIA works. With technological DARPA skunks works. And so you have this grid. But, yes, they now admit that they are using the video games as interfaces to program and get a generation who want to actually pilot real ones remotely to go out and slaughter people. Go ahead.
Right. What I want to add is there's some really hidden companies behind all this stuff too. I want to mention something about Northern Command. The official appearance of Northern Command is actually referenced in a Council on Foreign Relations document entitled "Building a North American Community," where they call for, the creation of it. But the underpinnings of Northern Command's global grid to control everything, what that's about is it's all the different militaries in the world. They all have different systems. They all have different computer systems. So that was the key with PTech, which stands for Process Technology, which incidentally, by the way, was used to engineer to carry out the...
Yeah, listen, what I need you to do, because we're running out of time, why don't you write a blurb or an article or take some of the stuff you read in the Prison Planet forum and send it to writers and InfoWars, and we'll look over it and try to get it up. But what is your point specifically about using the Xbox and other interfaces as Pentagon controller boxes?
Well, that's how they... The idea behind that is they know that people aren't going to, particularly Americans, they're not going to willingly kill their own people, so they have to. What they've done, for example, is they can take Google Earth imagery. They've done this, and then they overlay that into something like Second Life, for example, to have a virtual world on wargaming in the U.S. And then they can just make the people using this called C4ISR.
Yeah, no, I understand. Okay. And then in a Pavlovian fashion, they practice murdering American citizens and become acclimated. Yeah, write an article, send it to us. No, I'm aware of that Doom was originally developed for the Pentagon. It wasn't called Doom, where you just kill people all day. It creates instinctive killing. So you don't not want to kill somebody up close. And so they've gone from over half the troops not killing people up close to 99% killing, honing killer instincts. And then in most of the video games now, you practice murdering the militias, taking their guns, and that's a lot of the games. Your comments on that, Richard Reeves?
Well, it's definitely another mind control project to program these young folks to do whatever they're ordered to do.
By the way, I know a high-level individual who worked at Microsoft. He also produces Hollywood films. And he worked for a couple of years for Microsoft, and he said that it's definitely mind control. Xbox is supposed to become like your Facebook, the center of your life. But this is before Facebook was even, this is like 5 years ago he told me about it actually, that it would all be your photos, your face, your identity, that they would add shockers. It would shock you and cause pain when you're playing. It's like in that James Bond movie when they're playing Global Domination.
Right.
Danger, danger, danger. And so the kids now are paying money to buy Ferraris and you know, houses in the game. They don't care about reality. This is the insertion into the Matrix.
Right. I've heard you talk about that before, where people have a virtual life and they're trading their lives for cash, etc. And it's just, the mind control is just so out there. Anybody that can deny that just is probably mind control victim. That's the only.
No, I mean, this is mass mind control.
Right.
This is really happening. Let's go to Joseph in Texas. Joseph, you're on the air. Go ahead.
I was a long-time listener, first-time caller. And I actually was calling back about the Obama stuff you talk about. I've listened to you for years, and I recently read the book Audacity of Hope by Obama.
Yeah, about the pep game.
And I have to say you are 100% right. And one discrepancy that's very interesting is if you listen to the audiobook version, they leave out chapter. And in the book, if you read chapter 8, it's called The World Beyond Our Borders. And in there, he defines each and every one of us as a terrorist. He actually says that a terror network is any group that is against globalization. And in that chapter, he actually states that globalization is the New World Order. So I don't know if you've read that.
Now, why don't you scan that page in? I have to admit, I almost bought it as a book on tape, because when I jog, I'll listen to books on tape, but I just can't hear it. I can't stand his voice. And I can't stand these lying con artists that it's just so sick. But no, it's a global tyranny. I appreciate your call. You know, the good news is, Richard, we really are reaching people.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. I mean, look in 2007, 2008, the Ron Paul campaign, how we grew and grew. And you asked me that question, how does this affect somebody in Indiana about the toll roads, etc.? The victories we have here in stopping these toll roads and these tracker boxes, etc., are victories that will make it that much easier to stop in other states.
Yeah, they plan to use the parasite op here to fund the rest of their... It's like a cancer gets a blood supply and then metastasizes. We're a major metastasization center here. Final segment with Richard Reeves, straight ahead. Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange HomeGain gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com, HomeGain.com. Check them out today. We're out of time. I wanted to jam in a few final calls here. Also have some sponsors that have made the show possible today. The good news is when we fight these people, we win. But they always come back, but they get weaker each time. It's like their NAFTA highways are in big trouble. But now they've declared we won. No, that's another shill. You got to give them no quarter politically, because they'll not give you any quarter. Richard Reeves, finally, again, this what's happening tomorrow?
Okay. You just said a real key point.
1 minute left. Tell folks the event tomorrow.
Keep weakening them. Okay. The event tomorrow is at 10 a.m. at the state capitol. Everybody in Texas and beyond needs to call the Texas state reps. Tell them no to comprehensive development agreements. Tell them no to public-private partnerships. These are the toll road agreements, Trans-Texas Corridor agreements. Tell them no to all these things. Call them. Show up at the Capitol 10 a.m. tomorrow, room E1, the cafeteria.
That's right. They've changed the name. More deception. Total scum. You can read the AP article about Trans-Texas Corridor is dead. Third paragraph down. They say, oh, well, we're just renaming it. Keep fighting them. Keep defeating them. God bless you all. Retransmission starts now one place, Infowars.com on the restreams. The podcast is free also at Infowars.com. Spread the word about the show. Great job, crew.